As these teams emerged for kickoff, the Holt End displayed a tifo proudly flaunting Aston Villa's deck of cards, chiefly an ace of clubs. By the end, however, their upper hand in the race for the Champions League felt rather hollow, if not diminished. Chelsea had dismantled Unai Emery's side to move within 3 points of Villa, João Pedro scoring a hat-trick to take his tally to 17 goals for the season. The Brazil striker was in the mood for a fourth and tried his luck with an audacious overhead kick, while Emiliano Martinez prevented Alejandro Garnacho from adding a bruising fifth late on. For Villa and their grand aspirations, it was a sobering evening, even if Manchester United's late defeat by Newcastle surely softened the blow. Bukayo Saka celebrates scoring the winning goal with a typically cheeky grin and pose, and Christian Mosquera. Arsenal go 7 points clear with Saka on target in battling win at Brighton. Read more. It was Liam Rosenior who shuffled his pack, dropping Robert Sanchez with the goalkeeper culpable for both goals in defeat at Arsenal last Sunday. But while Chelsea trailed after 2 minutes, Philip Jorgensen was rarely troubled on just his third league appearance of the season. Cole Palmer added Chelsea's third from just inside the 18-yard box, and when João Pedro exhibited his anime face mask goal celebration for the final time after finding a fourth, every outfield Chelsea player joined the party. Chelsea climbed a place to fifth, with Villa and United, also only 3 points ahead, in their sights with 9 games to go. As Chelsea's players savoured the victory, it was impossible to escape the sense this was a notable triumph. "It's only significant if we back it up," Rosenior said. "We have to be consistent. We have a massive FA Cup game, at Wrexham on Saturday, then a huge game in Paris, in the Champions League, and then against Newcastle. If we perform at that level, we're going to be in a good place. It's not just Aston Villa we're behind and chasing." João Pedro's second, dispatched into the far inside pocket of Martinez's goal after latching on to Enzo Fernandez's cute pass, Rosenior said, was a world-class finish, and only Erling Haaland, Igor Thiago and Antoine Semenyo have outscored the Brazilian in the league this season. "I'm also delighted with his 2 tap-ins, because he was in the right place at the right time and we've worked really hard on that," said Rosenior of a player who has 9 goals in his past 9 games. Emery dismissed the notion of pressure eating at his players after defeat at Wolves last Friday, and despite seizing an early lead here through Douglas Luiz, from there they appeared overawed by the occasion. Emery has been at pains to project positivity, but perhaps it was a tactic given there was no way of dressing up this as a contest. The prize on offer, the chance to move 9 points clear of a direct rival, meant it was hard not to consider this Villa's biggest match of the season. Villa fluffed their lines and, ominously, they have now won only one of their past 5 home league matches, having won the previous 8. "We knew before the match it was a very good opportunity," Emery said. "We are accepting that we are in a bad moment. I was watching when we were losing 4-1, trying to understand how we can find a solution to recover confidence, energy and structure. If we lost something in the past 2 months, it is my responsibility. We are still 3 points in front of Chelsea, which means we have been doing something well, but not now." Things started so well for Villa, Douglas Luiz flicking past Jorgensen to open the scoring, but Chelsea equalised on 35 minutes. Fernandez flighted a pass behind the Villa backline for Malo Gusto, whose perfect cross allowed João Pedro a simple finish. Then came a potential turning point approaching the interval. Ollie Watkins's strike ruled out after the video assistant referee highlighted his kneecap offside. Watkins wore a look of disgust and the locals shared their feelings as the semi-automated offside image was displayed on the big screens in opposite corners. A creaking Villa unraveled, João Pedro earning the visitors the lead in first-half stoppage time with an effortless finish and Chelsea breezed clear in the second. Villa grew frustrated, aware of the implications of defeat. Soon after Palmer made it 3-1, Morgan Rogers was booked for booting the ball against the advertising hoardings. João Pedro was again at the heartbeat of the goal, biding his time centrally to pick the right pass. The 24-year-old located Palmer, who spied Reece James on the overlap, and when the Chelsea captain sent the ball into the box, Martinez inadvertently pushed it into Palmer's path. Palmer, blinkers on, rattled his shot low into the Villa net. Midway through the second half, with the match descending into something of a non-event, João Pedro claimed the match ball. Villa appeared paralysed as Chelsea again feasted on Villa's high line. Released on goal, Garnacho eliminated an exposed Martinez after squaring the ball to the edge of the 6-yard box, where João Pedro waited for the easiest finish of the lot, converting into an empty net.